All right, ladies and gentlemen, we continue live on the Steve Malzberg Show, and I'm joined now by my Newsmax TV colleague Miranda Kahn with the latest on Hillary Clinton's email scandal, and as we mentioned earlier, her decision as Secretary of State to place a Clinton Foundation donor on a sensitive government intelligence advisory board, despite the person having no obvious experience in the field. Miranda?
Yeah, we'll get to that in just a moment. Steve, just a day after President Obama and Senator Elizabeth Warren's endorsement, Hillary Clinton's email scandal resurfaces once again, this time with the focus shifting to planned drone strikes.
The American people are sick and tired of hearing about your damn emails.
What seemed like a joke among two Democratic rivals last year has evolved into anything but a laughing matter for Hillary Clinton. Now, the FBI probe into Hillary Clinton's emails has found messages about CIA drone strikes in Pakistan. According to the Wall Street Journal, the CIA notified diplomats when they were carrying out strikes, and several emails were forwarded to Clinton.
We believe that a U.S. counterterrorism operation accidentally killed Warren and Giovanni this past January.
So far, Clinton hasn't responded to the new report, but for months she's repeated the same message to the American public.
It was a mistake, and if I could go back, I would do it differently. But I think voters are going to be looking at the full picture of what I have to offer.
And according to a new Fox News poll, they have. And most believe she's lying about how her emails were handled while she was Secretary of State. The majority also believe she put national security at risk.
If we're in a cyber world and she can't even handle her emails, how can she be president?
Also casting a shadow on Clinton's campaign, according to ABC News, Hillary Clinton, as you mentioned earlier, Steve, rewarded one of her donors by placing him in a sensitive government intelligence board while serving as Secretary of State, this despite his lack of experience in that field.
Oh, I don't know. He traveled to Africa with Bill Clinton. That's good enough for me. Hey, Miranda,
why not?
Have a great weekend, and thank you very much for the great report. We're joined now by Tom Tancredo, former congressman from Colorado, 2008 candidate for President of the United States. Hello, Congressman. How are you, sir?
Good afternoon. I'm well, thank you.
All right. I don't hear the congressman, but I'm not panicking. Hello, Congressman. Hello. There you are. Hi, sir. How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Good to talk to you as always. All right. So what do you make? I mean, pardon me if I'm not surprised or bowled over, and you can't knock me over with a feather, when I learned that Hillary Clinton put in the State Department on a panel that had nuclear scientists, former cabinet members, and former members of Congress, a donor to the Clinton Foundation that had no experience.
You know, when I think I saw something in Krauthammer's column today or yesterday that reminded me that there's something that's been happening in the Obama campaign in the Obama presidency that I've mentioned in the past, and it's the same thing here, and that is that the ability, the advantage that Clinton has in doing the things she's doing is that she does so many things like this, you have a tendency to forget the last thing she did, because, of course, they pile upon each other. Just like I've said over and over that you have to impeach Obama simply to have a list of things he's done, because you forget about it. And it's the same thing here. You begin to forget all of the lies that she has told, all of the things all of the transgressions. You forget because they just pile upon each other. And this is just what we're talking about. In a day or so, it will be something else, and you'll forget about this.
Well,
She's got a great advantage because she can pile so many things on top of each other.
Well, speaking of piling things on top of each other, Congressman, what do you make of what Mitt Romney had to say today about Donald Trump in a CNN interview, that if he's elected president, we'll have trickle-down racism, that there must be something in his income tax that's very, very bad, worse than shooting someone on Fifth Avenue. which he alluded to Trump's comment that he could shoot someone on Fifth Avenue and get elected, but saying that Trump believes he can't show his income taxes and get elected, saying that he would might support the Libertarian Party ticket, and Paul Ryan piling on about the so-called racist statement again today. Mitch McConnell saying that Trump obviously doesn't know the issues. That was said today. So that piling on also continues. What's your take on that?
It does, but nobody gives a rat's you-know-what about what they say about Trump. In a way, it's the same thing. In a way, all of these things comprise a sort of a cacophony of noise about Donald Trump that simply blocks out, or at least it makes it very difficult for people to really think very long or hard about Donald Trump. I will tell you, I believe, honestly, Steve, that anybody who tries to tell you right now that they either know what's going to how this is going to play out with Donald Trump, who Donald Trump really is, how this campaign is going to actually evolve, is lying to you. Because the problem is this. Trying to understand him is like trying to look into a kaleidoscope and figure out how all the parts are going to fit together, except someone is constantly moving the lens. And it's kind of like that when you think about what kind of presidency he will actually have if he is elected. No one really knows. No one can know, because he is, you talk about eclectic. There is absolutely no way, I don't think, to scope this out in a manner that really brings credence to your ability to do so, because all you can do is say this. When that kaleidoscope stops, when he is president, if he is president, all you can do is say, I think that it will be a somewhat better picture for conservatives than the one that would appear when Hillary's president.
Well, I think that goes without saying. Congressman, let's get to a few phone calls. 877 Newsmax, 877-639-7629. Lauren is in Napa, California. Hello, Lauren. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yes, sir. What can we do for you, sir?
It's Napa, Idaho, not California.
Well, okay. I apologize. They spelled Iowa California, but that's how we apologize. Go ahead.
Idaho.
Yes, sir.
Idaho.
Okay. Yes, Napa, Idaho. Go ahead.
Yes. Well, I got a couple comments I'd like to make. First, I'm so tired of somebody of the GOP saying that Trump has 60% of the electorate that won't vote for him. I understand the math behind it and how they come to that conclusion. But in all fairness, it has to be two sides to the street. If you add Trump's and Kasich's percentage together, then 75% of the electorate didn't vote for Cruz, and 85 or so for John Kasich.
Right. There were tons of candidates at the beginning. They whittled down, and in the end, there was still 3 or 4, and Trump got a record number of votes. So, Congressman, I mean, when they try to say what percentage didn't vote for Trump, that's just a red herring.
It is. It's absolutely true. Trump got more votes than any Republican candidate has ever gotten in the primary. Now, it's also true that all of his opponents put together got a lot more votes than he did if you add them all up. Well, naturally so. There were a lot more of them. How are they going to break out again? Look at the kaleidoscope. Who knows? It's still moving.
The girl with kaleidoscope eyes. Hey, Lauren, I apologize, Lauren, for the misrepresentation of the great state of Idaho. Thank you so much for calling. Let's go to Teresa from Oklahoma City, and I do believe that's in Oklahoma. Hello, Teresa.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Steve. Hi, Congressman.
Hello, Teresa.
I'm going to try to talk really fast because I got a lot to say, if that's okay.
Well, sure, we got about a minute, but go ahead.
Okay. Mitt Romney and Paul Ryan and McConnell and all those guys, We don't care about all their failed policies, don't care about them at all. My grandmother was born in Mexico, and I'm an American and 100% for Trump. And I just really like Trump, and I don't like all this stuff that's going on. And I think y'all ought to look into the Fannie Mae Freddie Mac issue of Hillary Clinton dipping into that.
Well, that's something that's something I've become aware of, that Hillary took contributions from Fannie and Freddie right before the collapse, and that's something that Donald Trump is going to bring up, I am told. So you're very perceptive, Teresa. Teresa, I wish we had more time. Please call again. Have a great weekend. And Congressman, always great to talk to you, sir. Thank you very much for taking the calls with us.
Take care, my friend.
You too. Congressman Tom Tancredo, ladies and gentlemen. All right, up next, some more of your calls, plus Gimme 5 as we end another week. Don't go away, though, because there's more to it.